Hello folks, welcome back. In this video I'm going to try and finish the inquiries module here and just get this thing done and dusted. I do have quite a lot to go through here. I've still got quite a lot of things that I'd like to add. So if you'll forgive me, I'm going to do this video quite quickly. If the pace is too fast, or if you're just sick looking at this stuff, you can actually move on to the next section, which is going to be about the actual shopping cart, But for those who are into making things kind of have lots of nice features and stuff, then I hope you'll get something from this video. Okay, so I'm going to start by opening up View Inquiries, alright, and where we've got this column called Date Sent, right before it I'm going to add a column called Ranking, okay? Now we do not have ranking yet on the website. Actually we do, but I'm going to take this out and pretend that we don't, because I had a practice run. So the vibe is your table will look like this, okay? And after urgent, we are adding one field. It's called ranking and it's just an integer, okay? So it's nice and simple. It's a field called ranking, okay? So on this view inquiries view file, we now have a column called ranking. And right before date sent, we're going to have the ranking right here, okay? Now, if I echo out ranking, it's just going to say 0 and it's not much use. So what I'm going to do is a little bit of PHP, and I'm going to say if ranking is less than 1. Now, why is it giving me a capital R? Sorry about that. If the ranking is less than 1, do a little hyphen. So if we refresh this page, oh, of course, doesn't know what the ranking is. Sorry. Just head up here. Ranking equals row ranking. Okay, so we've got all these little hyphens, right? Big deal, who cares? Well, here's the vibe. Let's imagine that this website has got lots and lots of inquiries coming in, okay? And some of those inquiries will be red hot leads. Some of them might just be spam, Some of them might be complete time wasters. Well, what I've discovered is that a lot of website owners like to have a way of ranking inquiries so that they can focus on the really good inquiries, It's just good for business. So what I'm going to do is, where on earth is view inquiries? Here we are here, right. We have this vibe here, okay, with rankings and whatnot. Now, for the moment, I'm going to say ranking equals 5. We know it doesn't equal 5, but just stay cool. This is going to be good, right? I'm going to do a little else statement here. And then in here, I'm going to do a for loop, right? And it's going to be starting at 0 and less than ranking. And the vibe is, for each ranking point, we're going to echo out something. And you know what we're going to echo out? Yes, it's going to be a little icon. So I'm borrowing this envelope here thing. But instead of an envelope, it's going to be a star. Okay. So now when a lead comes in, and if it's a really good lead or an inquiry, right? An inquiry and a lead, it's the same thing, right? If we hit refresh, look at the glorious stars. See? Do you not think that would be kind of cool? So if we do 2 stars, you'll see everything looks fantasticola, okay? So that's a nice little visual indicator, and I know that website owners love this kind of thing when you add this in, okay? Next, it's nice to have rankings, but it's not much use if you can't actually change the ranking, So let's see where it says date sent here. Let's just add ranking straight in there, okay? So if we go to inquiries, view.php, and I'm looking for the bit that says date sent. Here it is. Here it is. So I'm just going to do a row above that, and I'm going to say ranking. okay? And in here, I'm going to have a drop down, okay? So I might as well just say here, ranking equals row ranking like so. If we hit refresh, you can see that we've now got a ranking thing here, and all we need is a drop down, okay? Now we've done lots of drop downs all over this website. I'm going to just do a little search actually for drop down, and I'll see if I can pick one up and maybe save a little bit of time. So here's one here, right? I've picked it up from add to cart, but they're all over the place, you know. And where we've got this drop down thing, I'll go into PHP, okay? And we do not need this additional DD code stuff. I'll keep that out. And what we'll have is a drop down that's called ranking. And it's going to have some options. And it's going to have the ranking as the default option. Do you know what I mean? So that's the vibe. So the actual options themselves, well, that's going to be quite straightforward. I'll go to the inquiries controller and we'll build a thing. Now remember folks, this is the view page that we're on here, right? So we'll build up some options for the drop down. So it's going to be something like this, right? Options, the empty one is just going to say select, something like that. Okay, and the next one, let's see, we've got one here that's going to say 1, and that will say 1 star. Okay, and then we're going to have 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. So we've got 2, we've got 3, we've got 4, and we've got 5. So we'll just quickly update these. 2, 3, 4, and 5, like so. Okay, and let's change those to stars. Right, that's pretty good. Pretty good. So now I'm just going to say data options equals options, okay? And we could leave a little comment, create or set options for the rankings drop down. So if we now hit refresh here, you'll see that we've got a nice little drop down menu. Everything is cool. And that's going to be just fine, actually. I suppose I could improve the spacing here or something like that. Maybe could even add ranking up the top here. But who cares? Man, it's just a tutorial. Who cares? Now, you see this reply to this message thing here? Let's just check that out. Reply to this message. That is actually pretty cool. I'm going to borrow that. And let me just see, this is probably going to look rubbish, but I'll paste it in and have a quick look. Well, what do you reckon? I have to say folks, I think it's really bad. Let's do something else. This is really rubbish. Right, do you see this add to category? That looks kind of cool, do you agree? Okay, so let me just open up add to, nope, what would it be? Store, categories, views. Let me just have a look. Create, right, that's probably going to look better. So let me just copy that and I'll say view. Okay, so right up here, I'll do this. This will look better actually. So we're going to have inquiry ranking, and the icon is going to be a little star, like so. In this box content thing, the form location is going to be inquiries / submit ranking. Okay, the options we actually don't need to worry about this if statement here. We can take that out. Okay, we can take this out. And even this. And the vibe is, this will say ranking. I'm sorry for wasting your time with that thing earlier on. It just did not look too good, you know. So here is the drop down. I'll get this going this time. Here we go. So we've got ranking, rankings, sorry, ranking. That's good, and we don't need this. Okay, so that's not too bad, and I think that's good. Now we'll probably get a PHP error here. Okay, so if I go back to this page here, you'll see that we're getting a PHP error because it does not know what the ranking is or what the current ranking is. Now, we could move this query upstairs actually, and I don't think it would do any harm, you know. I think we would be okay. So why don't we do that? What do you reckon? Will we do that? We'll take it upstairs. Let's just do that. So here we go. Copy all of this. And I'll just whack it up here. Okay. Now the spacing is all over the place. Let me just quickly try and see if I can sort that out. Oh, jeez. You know something, folks? There's a thing I see people doing in YouTube tutorials where they just like select things and they can shuffle them about and tidy it up really quickly, and I don't know how they do it, you know? I have no clue. Are they doing shift and tab or something? I have no clue. So I'm doing this like an idiot here, and everybody's saying, hurry up, man. And I don't know how to do this the fast way. If anybody can help me with that, please do. I would really appreciate that. Anyway, there we go. There's our for each thing. I know how to do this, mind you. Okay, so that should be us. I'm just going to save, refresh. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so we can take this mess here away. That looked horrible. Okay, so that's kind of cool. And when they select and submit, okay, it's going to go to submit ranking. Now, let's get this form actually working, shall we? We're on the view thing here, and what have we got? Let me just have a quick look. We've got form submit, drop down, ranking, right, okay. So I'm going to say form hidden, and that's going to be actually, you know, we don't even need a hidden value because the inquiry ID is in the URL, so that's fine. Let's just go straight over to the inquiries controller and make a function up called submit ranking. And I'm not going to bother with any security or any validation because I really want to just get on with this tutorial series. So I'll just say ranking is this, input, post, ranking, okay. You could, by all means, let's just do this actually, might as well. Let's add make sure logged in, okay. A little bit of site security, and that'll do the job, I think. So this load module site security. When you think about it, you don't really need to do full form validation. I mean, if you've made sure the person's logged in, you know, what are you worried about here? So that's kind of cool, and I'll make that data ranking and inquiry ID, or sorry, update ID is this URI segment 3, and then we're just going to do an update. Okay, update ID data, and then I'm just going to redirect to the previous page. which is this thing here. Okay, that's us, and that's going to be update ID. Okay, so if we submit a ranking, I'll make it 4 stars and hit submit. Oh gee, it had to happen. Don't do this. Can you believe it? What is the username and password for this again? Wrong thing, sorry. It's Darth Vader, that's us, admin, password. I might need to have a closer look at that actually. Right, contact form, ranking, we'll make it 3 stars, here we go. Do you know what it is? It's actually make sure as admin. That was the problem there. I'm so sorry about that. Right, here we go. Here we go. Make sure as admin. Everything was cool actually. So here we go, submit. And if we go back to the messages thing, do you see how that's got 3 stars, right? And if we do that with this one, there you go, it's got 5 stars, and that's kind of cool. And you can see that we can really see this stuff straight away. It stands out, and that's going to really help the clients, you know. Now, let me just do a search for the word successfully. And there it is. And the reason why I was searching for that is because I wanted to see if we had some flash data here, and we do, so that's really cool. So let's add some flash data in here. Okay, and I'll just say the inquiry ranking was successfully updated. Okay, that's good. Now, inquiries view, does that have flash data going on? I think it has. So if we do that, and I'll make it 2 stars. Okay, submit. Inquiry ranking was successfully updated. That is fantastic. One thing I've noticed is that please select thing showing up everywhere, so that's not so cool. And I'll just very quickly sort that out. So I'll say if ranking is greater than 0, then unset options, the empty one actually. So if we hit refresh here, do you see how that select thing disappeared? That's the vibe, right? So there we go, and that's kind of cool. Now we've got a cancel button here, and I might as well just chuck in something like this. I'll say something like, and hold on, I need to make sure I've got the right thing. Yeah, here we go. So we're going to say submit. Is this input post submit, blah, 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 blah. And then I'll do a little if statement. In fact, I'll do it after this line here. And I'll just say if submit is equivalent to cancel, then redirect to inquiries/inbox, okay? And that's just the submit button there, nothing, no need for the data thing, right? So if someone hits cancel, it goes straight to the inbox, right? So they can go in, they can change the thing, everything kind of cool, and that's the vibe. I suppose you could actually do something like, I don't know, you could do something like maybe, I was just going to say, you could do something like no stars instead of select, but you know what, who cares? I think I've spent enough time on that. Hey kids, I hope you'll forgive me, but I think I'm going to just leave the video there, even though I've got a bit more stuff to add. I'm trying to keep these videos under 20 minutes and it's ridiculous, so it's just not happening. I'm always going over 20 lately and it's uncool. So that was a good feature. Just relax, we'll continue in the next video, okay?